What's up, everybody? It's Raphael, and this is my YouTube channel, Raphael Can Do It. Hey, I want to say thank you for coming to my channel, and right away I'm going to ask, saying I hope you subscribe, share, like, and comment on the video. So let's jump right into it. So, in this video, I want to talk about how I plan to change my life in 6 months. Because that's the goal. Yes, I plan to change my life in 6 months. Right now it's May 27th, Tuesday, 2025 is the year. About 6 months from now, it'll be roughly December 1st, 2025. If you want to be technical, I think it'll be like November 27th, 2025, something like that. But I gave myself a little slack. I just rounded it off to the nearest month, which is December 1st of 2025. Okay, so it's like a few days slack there. But anyway, well, I'm aware I can't completely change my life and be the best version of myself is what I'm trying to say. I believe I can make a lot of progress. So right now it's almost 6 a.m. I think it's like 5:50 a.m. almost, something like that in the morning here. I woke up around 3, a little bit before 3 a.m. I got some good rest last night. I had a lot on my mind because I've sacrificed a lot to begin this endeavor. I've played with it before, I've dabbled with it, I said I'm gonna do it and I don't follow through, but this time, this is it, I'm gonna do it. So I don't even know where to start. And by the way, before I get into it, I take full responsibility for all this because in a bad way, right? Like all the bad things I've been through, because if I don't take responsibility for it, then I can't fix it. If I don't take ownership, I can't make progress for the future in a better way, right? And I'm pointing fingers to everybody and all that stuff like that, nothing's gonna work out. So I'm pretty sure my 4-year relationship is done. I've been in a relationship for about 4 years now, and I'm pretty sure that's over, unfortunately. And like I said, I take ownership for it. I had a job opportunity. I'm not doing it. I was in the process of switching jobs. As of today, I was gonna start this evening. I'm not taking it. So, with that being said, I have little money coming in. I have no fiance, but what I do have is time and the opportunity to fix myself and change myself for the better. So let's jump into it. What I want to work on. Before I go into that, I want to talk about this small concept really quick. I watched a video the other day. I watch lots of videos on YouTube, lots of motivational videos. I like motivational speakers like Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Tony Robbins. The list goes on. You get the idea. But with that being said, I watched a video of a guy I'm not super familiar with, but he talked about something that I've seen similar concepts on, about change your life in 6 months, and he made a profound statement. He said he was giving a speech to some people, and he asked them all, hey, how many of you have a chance of making $1 million in a year? He asked around, and percentage-wise, right, and a percentage-wise chance, and most of the people said 0%. There are a couple people that said 1%. He said the highest number said 5% chance. So then he asked another question. He said, if I were to, it gets a little dark, right? He said, hey, if I were to tell you you have 1 year to make $1 million, or everyone you know and love will die, what are the percentage chances of you making $1 million then? The room got quiet. Oh, but legally, by the way, he did throw in that word legally, meaning if you read the context clearly there, it means we're not robbing banks and stuff like that. We're doing this the right way. So the room got quiet for a minute, and then almost everyone was like 100%, like, I'm going to find a way to do this. And they went on to tell a story how he had a friend who got in trouble with gambling with some bookies, and he owed them $40,000, and they said, if you don't pay this $40,000 by the end of the month, you're done. They didn't say it like that, but you get the idea, right? They're bookies. So with that being said, the words he used were thinking outside the box. That's the words he used. He said he started thinking outside the box. He started trying to find more ways to make money. He started dumpster diving and selling things that he found in the dumpster, and he made that $40,000, and he's alive. So with that being said, yeah, it's kind of the motivational story in my eyes. It's a profound idea, thought-provoking idea, interesting to say the least. But anyway, you're wondering. Now, I'm not saying everyone I know and love is gonna die in the next year if I don't change my life in 6 months. But what I am saying is, I am entering this with that kind of motivation, right? Like, I am in this with this kind of motivation that, hey, I am trying to effectively change my life for the better. With that being said, in the next 6 months, what do I hope to accomplish is what you want to know. So, I love music. I love music. I've been making songs since I was 17 years old, or trying to make songs since I was 17 years old. I was horrific when I first started. I like to think I've gotten a little better since I first started. I'm 36 now, in the past, handful of years, we'll say. And I've gone on to perform at some national music festivals like Shagfest, and I've got to meet some celebrities and share my music with some of them, like Machine Gun Kelly, Logic, Selena Gomez, Mike Posner, Teddy Riley, Joe Budden, Chad Hugo. The list goes on. You get the idea. So with that being said, I've been on the radio in my area before, in the 757 in the Virginia Beach area of Virginia. I was interviewed by Shaggy from Z104. Pretty cool stuff. With that being said, I've got to work with some cool people, local artists and local producers and YouTube producers, and I've had a lot of fun doing this, but I've never taken it seriously. Also, I have a degree in communication from Old Dominion University. I graduated in the year 2013, December of 2013. My lucky number is 13. So it took me 8 years to get a 4-year degree. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world. I had a lot of support. I did it kicking and screaming. I thank God for my family, especially my mom and dad, my brother, my grandmother, who all supported me along the way. Rest in peace to my mom, who's in a better place now. With that being said, I stay with my dad. I don't have a vehicle right now. There's a lot of stuff I need to work on. I have debt, and like I said, I have little money coming in right now. I'm not working, so let's jump into it. And you still want to know, what do I want to do in these next months? What do I want to accomplish? So let's get into it. So I want visible six-pack abs. As you can see right now, I don't have them. I weigh about 175 pounds roughly right now. On my Instagram, the link is in the bio. Rafael Francisco Rivera. It's spelled out in the bio. In case you don't know how to spell it, that's okay. It's kind of a doozy for some people, but that's my name. And if you look in the bio, you can find my Instagram. It tracks every week where I'm at, every Saturday where I'm at with my progress of weight loss. So hopefully it'll be sped up now that I'm just focused on mostly that right now for the next however long it takes. I'm gonna make a video. I plan on getting that six-pack abs, those six-pack abs in 30 days or less, because I am focused on it now, and that will take some of the time in the 6 months, but I think that'll be a good start because I am pre-diabetic, and I'll talk more about that in the next video. So that's one task I want to get done. Another task, I want to grow my hair back. That one is not guaranteed. I know I can grow my beard out, but as far as the hair, there's a bald spot here, and I don't know if it'll grow back, and I'll make a video about that. So that's the surface, right? Those are the first two things. You're like, what does that have to do with anything? Health is wealth, and the way you look better, you feel better, you do better. So those two things are there. And then the next few things are, I want to make this is the big one. So I want to make multiple streams of income through music production, audio engineering, stream my music on Apple Music, Spotify, music libraries like that, etc. Right? I want to be able to have a YouTube partnership. You get the idea. So the list goes on. I want to make multiple streams of income through different forms of the world of audio and music and audio, however you want to say it, right? So those are my goals. Those are my intentions. I already uploaded one of my songs. It's one of my better songs from what I understand, in my opinion. Most people say it's called Fake. It's produced by Chase, ran it up. I have unlimited rights to it. I leased the beat. I think it was like $350, something like that. Yeah, so there's money in production, right? So, I mean, it's not a whole lot of money, but just to at least one beat, it cost me like $300 or $350. So you get the idea. There's definitely money in production. And especially when you get to that professional level. You know, one of my favorite motivational speakers, Tony Robbins, billionaire, persuader, philanthropist, whatever you want to call him, right? He talks about how, in one of his videos recently, I saw how he talks about there's bad, which isn't going to get you anywhere these days, right? Because maybe bad, if you had a bad relationship, bad husband, if you were a bad husband, bad wife, whatever, did bad at your job, whatever, a long time ago, years and years ago, it would be okay because it wasn't very common to get fired or get divorced or etc. It was a lot less likely to happen. You could still potentially get by on bad. With good these days is bad, right? Most of the time, like good things happen to bad people. They say it all the time, right? So with that being said, where he's going with that is that you could be doing good and it's bad. Like you're still going to go through a divorce. You're still going to lose your job and get fired, etc. It could still happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the chances are there. It's not an uncommon thing these days, especially with everything going on in the world. The next one is great. Great is like where you're doing these days. Great, where it would have been another level back in the day. Great is now just good. You're just getting good results, which is like, hey, I'm doing great, but I'm only getting good results. I'm doing a lot, but I'm getting just enough to get by. But there's another level that he talks about at the end of the video, and it's called outstanding. Outstanding, fantastic, whatever you want to call it, right? So at that level, he says something like, I don't remember the exact quote, but paraphrase, he says something like, results at the top 1% are unfair, and I love it. And what he means by that is that the top 1%, they do better astronomically. Like it's not even close to great or good or bad. It's like they're here and they're here, right? So I feel like there's nothing wrong with aspiring to go there, right? So with that being said, he talks about when an example of that would be like a horse race. If you take the top 10 horses in the world and you put them in a race, the first horse gets like 99% of that prize money. Second place might get a little bit, third place might get a little bit, but the fourth place horse, the fourth fastest horse in the world gets nothing. Zip, zada, nothing. But the first place horse gets like almost all the prize money, all the endorsements, all the fame, etc. Right? So that's the difference. So that's just a perfect example of what he's talking about, and I love it. So with that being said, I think I've touched on everything I want to touch on in this video for now. I hope you'll subscribe, share, like, and comment on the video. Let me know what you think. If you have any pointers, clues of success you want to point out, anything that you noticed I said that you like or didn't like, I really appreciate any and all input. Again, I hope you subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces. Later.